All right, moving on to another breaking development that we are tracking at this point of time. The Israeli military has warned people to evacuate communities in southern Lebanon that are outside the UN declared buffer zone. This signals that the IDF may widen a ground operation launched earlier this week against the Hezbollah group. Strikes continue as a series of massive blasts rock Beirut's southern suburbs. This conflict has driven overall 1.2 million people from Lebanon. Joining me on the broadcast to share more details is my colleague Brian once again. Brian, at this point of time, Israel signals a wider ground operation, now pushing out 1.2 million people from Lebanon. And there are fears indeed at this given point of time over the displacement of millions, in fact, due to the ongoing raging war between Hezbollah and Lebanon. In fact, at this point, and Israel has signaled a wider ground operation in Lebanon. What is the latest that you are picking up? Is the number of the displaced people currently which from Lebanon is confirmed?
Well, Simran, let me clear it out that yes, the Israeli military has warned civilians in southern Lebanon to evacuate areas beyond the UN declared buffer zone and signaling a potential expansion of its ground operations against Hezbollah. Yes, Israeli forces have also struck around 200 Hezbollah targets across Lebanon, including weapons also depots and observation posts as well. Overnight strikes also rocked Beirut's southern suburbs, though specific details on target and casualties still remain unclear. But yes, Israel has urged people to leave the provincial capital Nabite and other community north of the Litani River and the boundary of the UN established border zone after the 2006 war also between Israel and Hezbollah, and both sides also accused each other of violating the UN resolution and ended the conflict. There have been clashes also with Israeli forces and Hezbollah fighters have intensified, with at least even 9 Israel soldiers reported dead in the southern Lebanon, and Hezbollah also reportedly losing at least 15 fighters in recent attacks. Now, the conflict's toll on medical infrastructure is also rising. Even the World Health Organization has reported that 28 health workers were also killed in Lebanon, and multiple health facilities have also been forced to close due to the violence. Even Lebanese Health Minister Firaz Abiad also condemned Israeli attacks on hospitals and healthcare centers, stating they violate international law. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes on a convoy also evacuated the wounded and coordinated with UN peacekeepers, resulting in further casualties. And as violence also continues to escalate, also Simran, fears of a wider war are mounting also following Iran's recent missile attack on Israel also, which it claims was in retaliation for the death of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and other commanders as well. Yes.
All right, Brian, thank you for sharing the latest that you are bringing to us. Now, viewers, moving on to another important update that we're tracking.